Sri Lanka is an example of independent people determining their own destiny, and a country which the United States is proud to count among its friends. Mr. President and Mrs. Jayawardena, welcome to America.
President Reagan, Madam Reagan, ladies and gentlemen, I am glad that Mrs. Jayawardena and I were able to accept the invitation extended by Mrs. Reagan and you to visit your great country. We have come a very long way from home, yet already we feel we are among friends who believe and try to follow common ideals for the welfare of humanity. This is not our first visit. We came in September 1951 to your West Coast to attend the Japanese Peace Treaty Conference held at San Francisco. I came as my country's representative. I received then a full measure of praise and gratitude from members of the United States government of the day, Dean Acheson, John Foster Dulles, and others who attended the conference for helping to secure the acceptance by the conference of the peace treaty with Japan. The Japanese leaders, Prime Minister Yoshida and others, were equally grateful. Those alive are still so. I mention that because the thinking of the people of my country, which was expressed by me on that occasion, was that we should not ask for reparations from a fallen foe who had harmed our land and people also. That we should forgive those who were our enemies, quoting the words of the Buddha, that hatred ceases not by hatred but by love, which you also, Mr. President, just quoted. I pleaded that we should restore to Japan the freedoms of democracy. Those were the ideals which inspired us then and inspire us now. Our history and civilization have survived in an unbroken sequence from the 5th century BC for 2,500 years. There were glimpses of modern democracy even then, as in the appointment of mayors to our ancient cities. The ruins of state buildings still contain carvings in stone where the cabinets of the kings and their ministers sat. We were the first in Asia in 1865 to select members to the municipalities that governed our major cities, and in 1931, under universal franchise, to exercise our right to elect the government of our choice. We also have in our country an unbroken historical record extending over the same long period of a line of heads of state, monarchies of different dynasties from Sri Lanka and abroad, including India and the United Kingdom, of 2 presidents, one selected and one myself elected by the whole country. I happen to be the 193rd in the line of heads of state from 483 BC to date. In our modern history, we cannot forget the contribution made by an American, Colonel Olcott, when he helped the Buddhist leaders of Sri Lanka 100 years ago